Donnell Edward John Sr. I am the founder and CEO of Veterans Growing America.
What inspired you to create Veterans Growing America?
So Veterans Growing America was born out of an idea that us as a veteran community can win. It was born from a location where when I got out of the military, I found that there was really no entrepreneurship community that will help us grow while we're growing in entrepreneurship. I couldn't find anybody that I could trust with the resources or the help that I needed. And I found that the organizations that were out there were built purely on education, but what happens after the education? What happens after I write my business plan? How do I get customers? How do I get in front of people? That's one of the things that the business plan, kind of leaves out. It really doesn't teach you how to get customer acquisition. And then also you need to be able to surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs, people that are on the same path as you, people that have the same goals and aspirations as you. It may not be the same business, but it's the same mission. And that's one of the things that I missed when I got out. I missed the camaraderie and people that were on the same mission as me. And I felt like I was by myself. And so I wanted to create an organization where people were in business for themselves, but not by themselves. And so that's where Veterans Growing America was born.
Can you tell me a little bit about your own military journey?
Absolutely. So I joined right out of high school with four of my close friends. We all joined the military. I think the recruiter was pretty happy that day. And I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, and I joined the Army, and my first assignment was Desert Storm. So I went directly to war after basic training in AIT, which is job training. And I was like, wow, is this what I signed up for, right? And but at the same time, I felt like I was in the right place when I joined the military. I felt like it was home. I felt like, people felt like I did, on that same mission and path. And I felt like it was something that was just an amazing community to be a part of. And I ended up working my way through the ranks. I was a human resource professional. Back then it was a 71 Lima administrative specialist. And I ended up being the first Army National Guard G1 Sergeant Major. The G1 is the human resource Sergeant Major of the entire Army National Guard. And so I ended up being the highest enlisted of the position that I held. I was also in recruiting. I spent most of my years in recruiting. So 9 years active duty, and then I transferred into the Army National Guard and became a recruiter, and spent 16 in recruiting and worked my way up to be the rank of Command Sergeant Major, which is the highest enlisted rank in the United States Army. It has been a blessing. I call it being in a people position. CSM stands for me. It doesn't stand for Command Sergeant Major. It stands for Customer Service Manager. And my customer is people, and my customer is still people with Veterans Growing America.
Yeah, that's actually a good point with helping people's business. How does that help their confidence level?
So I always love to see when people first make it in here, and they are sometimes intimidated because business is hard. Business is hard. It's no joke. And you're doing something that school doesn't teach you how to do. And so when people come in here, they're like, okay, where do I start? And so we show them exactly, how they should set up. We make sure that this is a welcoming environment. We make sure that they have everything that they need in order to succeed on that day. And not only that, they have people surrounding them that are on the same journey and will help them through it. So this is not, people look at this and they go, oh, this is a pop-up shop. No, this is not a pop-up shop. This is a community of entrepreneurs going after their dreams. And when I say community, these people work together and they know each other, and they learn each other's businesses. So if they're walking out to grab lunch or something like that, they can make sure that that customer that walks up to their table knows exactly what's going on. And so it's a win-win-win situation for everyone that becomes a vendor or a member of Veterans Growing America.
And what is it like for you helping these businesses?
Man, I love it. It allows me to be that customer service manager that I was in the military. It allows me to allow people to dream again and know that those dreams can be reality. That dream doesn't happen, that reality doesn't happen overnight, but it allows me to let them know that it is possible through hard work and dedication and support. We can make it happen.
So you actually do a lot to help people's, mental health with this. What do you do to help your own mental health?
This helps my mental health. I am a people person by nature. By coming in here and absorbing some of this positive energy from people, it drives me every day. I know that what I do is making a difference not only in my life, but in the lives of others. And, I'm a human being. And as humans, we need people. And I know that I'm surrounding myself with people that not only know, like, and trust me, but love me, and I love them back. And that's a part of, what I'm doing here. And so this is how I keep my mental health intact, by supporting those that are around me.
What have you learned from your fellow veteran entrepreneurs?
I've learned so much. I learned that I'm not in this alone. I learned that I don't know everything. I learned that it's okay to make mistakes. I learned that you have a lot to learn. I learned that I can achieve my dreams by helping someone else achieve theirs. I learned so much. But most importantly, I just learned that I'm a human being and I'm okay with, being Donnell. And that's most important. I want people to know that we're imperfectly perfect.
I talk to veterans and they bring up transitioning out of the military and some of the challenges. Did you face any challenges transitioning out of the military?
Absolutely not. I had a perfect transition. And if you believe that, transitioning out of the military was one of the hardest things that I've ever done. It was a significant emotional event. I joined when I was 18, right out of high school. It wasn't my first job, but it was my first real job, you know what I mean? And I learned and grew in this organization. And then for one day, out of all of these years, of my 26 years in the military, I had to leave this organization. And then to go into this unknown world and provide for my family, and it felt like I was alone. Because the military basically supplied this bubble for me, They gave me money for housing, they gave me money to eat, they gave me money to take care of my family, my health care was taken care of, my dental, they made me work out. I had to pass a physical fitness test, and then I'm out here to fend for myself one day. That was pretty scary, And I have a wife and a son that I'm responsible for, and I had to take care of. I'm like, what do I do next? And then it was an identity crisis as well, coming out as a command sergeant major and being Donnell that nobody knows. I had to ask myself that question, who is Donnell? And so I started surrounding myself with people that had no idea of my military background to see if I had any value. And I do, and I did. And I'm so grateful that I took, a time to really reflect and try to figure out who I was before I stepped out. It was a hard transition, but once I realized that I had to share my story of how hard it was for me to let people know it's okay not to be okay. I found myself doing like that movie Forrest Gump, and the first thing that I did was I ran, right? I ran and I ran and I ran. I was running 3 miles a day and sometimes up to 7 miles for 6 months. And it was just to keep the endorphins up because I was depressed, you know? And I realized I was depressed because I lost a family. At least I felt like I lost a family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And once I realized I can create that family on this side in the way that I want to, because I went to other organizations to see exactly what I was looking for. And I found, some of the organizations drank alcohol and discussed the past. I'm like, I don't need to, who I was doesn't matter anymore. But who I'm going to be after I served, and those war stories didn't matter, and alcohol doesn't fix anything. And I was like, I can't be in these locations where they're drinking alcohol and reminiscing. I got to be at a place where it's uplifting and helping us move forward, or should I say, growing, right? Because growth is hard, but at the same time, it's rewarding. And so I found myself, I wanted to be in an environment where it was rewarding and where I can grow and learn and be the best me for my entire family and those that are around me. And so, yes, transition was hard, but I had to figure out a way around it for me and for others.
So what is the process to get involved with Veterans Growing America?
So there's several different ways that you can get involved with Veterans Growing America. You know, people see veterans on the window, and I want them to know that everybody is welcome, but they're supporting veterans when they walk through the door, and they're supporting veterans that are growing America when they walk through the door. And so as a civilian that has never served before but wants to serve, you can come in here and support veteran small businesses. You could also go to our platform online, www.veteransgrowingamerica.com. I have no idea why I say www, like people don't say that. But they can go to our website and become a member of our organization. What comes with membership? Several things. Number one, that community of entrepreneurs, access to resources, access to support, and access to each other. And what I mean by support is we have a community of entrepreneurs that are at varying levels of entrepreneurship that you can reach out to and ask a question, that you need answered. Also, there's information on there. We're a business-centric organization, and so there's business information on there. There's resources on there that you may not even know about that are there to support you as a veteran entrepreneur. There may be resources on there to help you through the process of entrepreneurship. But those are just some of the ways that you can support. If you want to be a vendor, you could be a vendor, through our website. If you want to come to our networking event, we host a networking event once a month where we connect our community with business, education, and employment resources, but most importantly, each other, because that's how we're going to get through this, each other. My favorite thing to do, I can't call it my favorite, but it's pretty fun. We also partner with other organizations like the Clean Comedy Connection. They host a comedy show in here once a month, and comedy is one of those things that is therapeutic to our community, along with selling something that people are passionate about. And so you can support Veterans Growing America by coming on, joining us online, or coming to see us in person.
What would you say to any veteran going through a tough time?
Wait a minute, right? Pause. Take a second and realize that some of the stuff that you're going through, it too shall pass. And look at the silver lining and the obstacles that are in front of you and just go over them, around them, or under them, but do not let them stop you. I understand that you may be going through something, but just grow through it. It's not don't make a permanent decision for a temporary issue. And just look at life and just take a second and pause and realize that the chaos that you may feel like you're going through is not that bad. You'll make it through it, and you're okay. Just give it some time.
Where do you want to see veterans grow in America, say, in the next 3 to 5 years?
I want to see it all over the world. You know, I should have named it Veterans Growing Worldwide because we have veterans all over the United States, and they need a community like this in their neighborhood, so people can see us in our true light as leaders, as heroes, as entrepreneurs, and as human beings. And so I want a store in a location near you. We call it retail therapy, where you can shop veteran entrepreneurs, or should I say shop military connected community and their products and services, and be a part of a community that's just amazing. I'm not saying it because I created it. I'm saying it because that's what it is.